Look at this, everyone. I've got a box. Should we take a look and see what's inside the box? I think we definitely should. So welcome back to another riveting episode of taking stuff out of unopened boxes. This is the box in question, and I cannot wait to find out what's inside. I mean, I'm assuming that you can all read, so it's fairly safe to say that we all know what's going to be inside here. Don't worry, I'm like 85% sure there's enough excess space inside the box for that. Okay, let's just do this. I'm just going to open the side of the box here, and then again on the other side. So this is how it comes packaged from Amazon. So inside the first box is a second box, which is the one that's actually got the Rode VideoMic Pro, which I've been really looking forward to getting. Take that out of there. This can get It's pretty neatly packaged, actually. I really like it. So inside the actual box itself is basically another box. This one is made of plastic instead of cardboard. And so if I just pull that open like that, there is the microphone. It's got a little sort of instruction leaflet that comes with it, which will, I'm sure, come in useful. Just explains all of the different things that you can do with the mic. And this here is the microphone itself. I'll just hold it up to the camera. Hopefully it will be in focus. It's suspended in a little shock mount there, which is really useful. It means that vibrations shouldn't be a problem when you're recording with it. The bottom of the shock mount there is where you slide it onto the hot shoe of your DSLR. On the back panel here, you can see the two different settings that you can change. This one is a plus 20 dB switch, and then there's a high pass filter here. And coming out of the bottom of the microphone is the 3.5mm jack, which is what you plug into your DSLR. As far as build quality is concerned, it's relatively sturdy but also quite light, which is really useful if you're vlogging with something like this, because you don't want your microphone to add a ton of extra weight to your setup. So that's the unboxing done. Let's go ahead and set this thing up and test it out. One thing to be wary of with these microphones is that they do require power. So this specific model of VideoMic takes a 9-volt battery just in there. Removing the battery cover is really simple. You just push up on that indentation there and then it pops out. The battery goes in negative side up and just slides into place. Once the battery is in place, it's just a case of replacing the cap. This can be quite tricky, but if you push the battery in, get it quite high up and then just bring it down, it should snap into place. As I said, this is really fucking difficult, actually. Why the f have they designed it like this? I got there eventually, but that was surprisingly difficult. You'll probably get used to it after a while though. As far as connecting it to your DSLR, it's really simple. The slider here goes straight onto the top of the DSLR there into the hot shoe, and you just push it forward and then screw it till it's in place. After that, take the 3.5mm cable that's coming out of the microphone, undo this little latch on your DSLR if you have one, and then plug it straight into the mic input like so. Next, you're going to want to turn on the microphone, obviously. This is done with this switch here, and it's a simple case of pushing it into the middle, at which point a green light will come up there. The camera I've got this set up to is my Canon 700D, so if I turn this on and then go into the menu settings, it will take me to the list that I'm sure you get with all DSLRs of different parameters and settings that you can change within the camera. So if I come across like this, there's the sound recording setting, which is on manual. If I just hit that, the microphone is already on and the audio is automatically being taken through there and will be recorded with the video file were I to press record. Considering that I'm standing behind the microphone, you can see here that it's already peaking. So what I should probably do is change the setting here to -10 dB. This is a much more appropriate volume because you do not want, under any circumstances, the meter hitting the red. That's when you get distortion and that's when you completely f up your audio. So there you have it, a successful setup of the Rode VideoMic Pro. Let's go to the comparison now. Right, the audio that you're hearing now is coming through my AKG C3000B. This is the large diaphragm condenser microphone that I use for practically all of my videos. It's positioned about 1.5 feet away from me. So let's hear what the internal microphones of the DSLR sound like by themselves. So this is the audio quality of the internal microphones on the Canon 700D. The camera is placed about 4.5 feet away from me. Now let's see how that sounds with the VideoMic Pro on completely flat settings. This is the audio quality of the Rode VideoMic Pro. I haven't changed any of the internal parameters on the DSLR. The high pass filter is off and there are no boosts or cuts to the decibel level of the microphone. One of the things you'll probably notice about the audio is that there is a slight hiss going on. If you listen closely, you can hear it. This isn't a fault of the microphone itself and is more a natural interference hiss you get when you pair a microphone like that with the kind of DSLR that I'm using. Fixing that is a relatively simple process. All you need to do is go into the sound recording settings in your camera, take the audio level all the way down to the bottom and then put it 4 or 5 steps up. This will reduce the general input. After that, simply activate the high pass filter and then boost the signal by 20 decibels. Once again, this is the audio quality of the Rode VideoMic Pro on flat settings. This is how the microphone sounds once I've applied those settings. With any luck, the hiss should be massively reduced now. The overall level of the microphone will probably have dropped a little bit now as well. But that's to be expected because I have dropped the record level in the camera almost all the way down to the bottom. I'm jumping back now to my regular AKG audio feed. Once again, this is the audio quality of the internal microphones on the Canon 700D. This is the audio quality of the Rode VideoMic Pro with flat settings. This is how the Rode VideoMic Pro sounds with the high pass filter activated, plus 20 dB activated, and the recording input taken down a lot within the camera itself. And this is the audio quality of the AKG C3000B. As far as this test is concerned, the AKG microphone I'm fairly sure will have won flat out. But that's hardly surprising considering how much closer it is to me than the VideoMic. It's also a large diaphragm condenser microphone and is designed for a completely different purpose than that of the VideoMic. But I'm sure from that test you can tell just how much difference it makes when compared to the standard DSLR microphone. Which is why having a microphone like that will make a huge difference to any videos that you choose to film if your only other option is using your camera's microphone. And especially if you're doing vlogs where you're walking around talking to the camera, you really want to have a microphone like that, because as well as improving the sound quality in a very general sense, it's also much less susceptible to wind. And as I'm sure we all know, wind completely f***s your audio. So there you have it, from box to function. I really hope that this has been helpful and interesting to those of you who are looking at getting one of these microphones. If you're not, then, well, I mean, you're probably not watching this now anyway, but if you are, I'm very sorry for wasting your time. If you have any other questions about the VideoMic Pro, ask them down in the comments section and I will get back to you. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day and I will see you very soon.